The Nats lose 2 of 3 in Philly over the weekend. The latest, a 7-1 loss yesterday with the lineup just ravaged. I mean, just AAA guys flying in on red eyes from Vegas.
It was essentially a AAA lineup.
Yeah.
Well, half of it was.
It's a shame, too, because they had just had a great come-from-behind victory the night before, which was an awesome game to watch. And then you thought, okay, maybe this will be a little momentum builder, but they just keep getting nicked up, and they're
They got
calling
5 guys
up.
hurt.
Yeah, I mean the lineup.
Five regulars on the ill.
It's hard to get away from that, and then you still have guys that, who are occasionally struggling. I mean, one day you get a great performance from the bullpen, the next day you get a pooper.
What was Grace doing yesterday?
I don't know. They might have to move on from him. He's having a tough year.
He really is. Now, they weren't going to win anyway because they weren't going to score. But, yeah, I mean, Ross the night before and then Grace yesterday.
So that's bad enough, losing 2 of 3 to start the 10-game road trip.
Getting back to that game yesterday, all right, Robles is leading off. All right, he's been pretty solid. Mm-hmm. And then Defoe's playing third. Okay, batting 2. And then Adam Eaton's your 3-hitter.
Right.
Think about yesterday. Adam Eaton's your 3-hitter. Mm-hmm. All right, you get back to the bottom of the lineup. You got Stevenson, who they called up to replace Soto, and then you've got Keyboom, who we've already decided he really shouldn't be playing at this level right now. He should be developing at AAA or AA. And had another error yesterday, by the way. And then they brought up Knoll to replace Adams, and he botched the ground ball with the bases loaded. They would have been out of the inning. So the bottom of the lineup, Stevenson, Keyboom, Knoll. Then your pitcher, you got 4 guys that have no shot.
Well, that might be also the least impressive 3, 4, 5 guys you'll see in baseball. Eaton, Suzuki, and Dozier.
Yeah,
that might be the least impressive.
Like you said, they're ravaged with injuries.
And that's what with Suzuki on a heater.
Right.
He just
hit a bomb
balls
yesterday,
left and right over the weekend.
Yeah, has Suzuki ever clean up in his life?
I'm not sure. Probably Little League.
Yeah, probably Little League. Yeah, maybe in high school. So they just have no shot at. They're not going to beat a solid team like the Phillies with that lineup.
I feel bad for them.
Now they're going to play the Brewers in Milwaukee?
So they lose 2 out of 3.
With the same lineup?
So they get on the plane to fly to Milwaukee, and then we see this tweet from Alex Chappell, the Nats reporter for Masson. She used to do updates here. I don't think she does them during the baseball season. She might still work here.
She used to intern with us.
Used to intern with us.
Yeah.
So she's now the sideline reporter for the Nats. She tweets, this is 4 hours ago, the Nationals have been on the tarmac since 6:30 in the evening on Sunday with an engine issue. It's 2:45 a.m. on Monday, and the Nats are still in Philly with a 6:40 first pitch in Milwaukee.
So think about that.
So that's, 8.5 hours or so?
Yeah.
So they had to deep plane.
Okay.
They deep plane. They go back to the hotel to grab a few hours of sleep.
They're probably getting up now.
They're slated to leave, I think, at around 7 a.m. this morning.
For
6:30 p.m. until 2:45 a.m.
Yeah, so 6.
You do that radio math.
Yeah, essentially 8 hours.
Yeah, essentially 8
hours, 15 minutes.
Just sitting there.
Have you ever sat on the tarmac before for like an hour or something?
Never.
It's torturous.
For an hour, yes.
I
don't know what I would do if I had to sit on a plane
for 8.5 hours.
Well,
a lot of times when they do that, too, they don't, because they have to save fuel or whatever they do, they don't turn the air conditioning on or whatever.
They turn it off.
Heats up.
Right.
It gets butt hot. You get so claustrophobic on that thing. I can't imagine for 8.5 hours.
Explain to me, people out there, if you have any clue, explain to me why you can't let people off a plane and why you make them sit there for 9 hours.
I don't understand it.
They don't want to lose their spot, I guess, right? They don't just want to punt. They don't just want to punt.
I mean,
as soon as you go back,
there should be
punting.
a limit. I thought there was a limit. I thought there was a law where you can't make people sit on a plane.
Can't they just?
But this is a charter. This is different too, though. This isn't like a United Airlines.
That's
they
true.
chartered this, so.
But the rules should still apply, or the law should still apply.
Yeah.
They should not allow.
Maybe
people,
they wanted because it was their own charter. Maybe they wanted to stick it out.
You think they asked the team, "You want to stick it out?"
Well, I mean, maybe Rizzo and Davey and those guys say, "Listen, we got to get up. We got to get to Milwaukee. Let's try."
There was a mechanical issue with the plane. Obviously,
that's my understanding. There was an engine issue.
I mean, that's a pretty important issue. Like you want to get that fixed. You need to get that rectified.
Well, you would think they could just call another plane.
Yeah, or let them just go chill in the airport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just send out one of those.
When you're a hostage,
send a bus out to get them.
Send a bus, put the stairs down, and get them off the plane. Don't make them or anybody sit on a plane for 8 hours.
It's freaking torture.
I don't understand it. I don't get it. And I would go batty.
If they had an engine issue, it wasn't like they were waiting out on the runway. They were waiting right there, right by the waiting area.
I don't know.
I would assume.
Well, they had to get a new crew as well.
Yeah.
That's right, because the crews can't, work for a certain amount of hours.
Well, the crew was fatigued.
Yeah, they got to go home.
From just sitting there.
So the crew can go home, but the Nats can't.
Apparently not.
The
You got to
players,
sit in the plane and
now
wait.
they're going to be butt tired. They're going to go to Milwaukee and probably get smoked again.
Right. So there's two issues.
That's your easy money today, Jason. Right there.
There are two issues. One, when the plane's perfectly fine and you're just stranded and they can't get you online for whatever reason.
There's the 30 planes stacked up, waiting to take off.
And then, but their issue is they actually had an engine issue.
Right.
So it's not like they could even go anywhere, even if they wanted to.
No, you're right. I would think that
just deplane.
I would think the pilot would know, or someone would know at the airport. All right, this plane's not getting off the ground for a while. We can't make these people sit there. Let's just send them back to the airport, get a bus, make them chill, and if we fix the plane, we'll send them back out. If not, they're going back to the hotel.
Right.
I don't know why you make someone sit on a plane for 9 hours.
It's bizarre.
I'll never understand that.
And luckily, I mean, partially because I never fly, but this has never come even close to happening for me. I mean, I've been out on a tarmac for half an hour or 45 minutes because there are a bunch of planes waiting to take off, but I've never sat for 2 or 3 hours just idling and waiting.
And now the guys...
People going crazy in the plane.
Now the guys go back to the hotel that they just checked out of. I assume they just leave their bags on the plane and they're just going to rest in their... Because they only can sleep for like 4 hours.
I guess. Mm-hmm.
I assume you just sleep in your clothes.
When are they scheduled to fly to get it off the ground?
7.
So they're going to leave Philly in a half hour.
Yeah, they're probably out on their way to the airport now.
All right, so they'll get to Milwaukee, I don't know, 3 hours, 2.5 hours. So they'll get to Milwaukee at let's just say 10. Go to the airport or go to the hotel and sleep for a little bit. And then, they're going to be gassed.
They're going to be wiped out.
It might be a dud. Who's pitching?
Max.
Max is.
Oh, thank God. Sure. Can you imagine if Strauss was pitching? That diva? Oh, my God.
He's come up big in a few situations.
I think you'd rather have Strauss pitching right now. But.
No, I'd rather have the gamer. I'd rather have Max.
Well, I just, that sucks. I'm going to have to text Rizzo later. He's going to be so salty.
Yeah. I'd love to see his response.
Oh, he's going to be so bitter. But with that lineup, I mean, the lineup's going to be the same today.
Now, the good news is I talked to one of the guys. Well, I talked to somebody that would know, and I think it's out there. Rendon is butt close to coming back.
Okay.
He's either going to – I don't think he's eligible to get off the DL until Tuesday, but he's ready to go. He has to stay, make sure, and he should be back. So that's good.
So he might play tomorrow.
I would think.
And then
that's the plan unless something happens, a setback today. And then we saw the update from Turner over the weekend. I'm sure you guys saw that he said he's ahead of schedule, slightly ahead of schedule. So hopefully he's back in the next week and a half or so. Yeah. And then so some help is coming, hopefully.
Slowly,
I know
but
that's
surely.
what they're banking on. They're banking on these guys, because they feel like they haven't had a shot with their full lineup yet.
They haven't.